Hi, my name is Alec Tibaldi, and I'm the co-writer and co-director of the DAPHNE Project.
And I'm Zora Iman Cruz. I'm the co-writer, co-director, and lead actress of the DAPHNE Project.
Who's this Daphne you speak of? Can you tell us a little bit more?
Daphne Wilco is a struggling actress who believes that she's made it already, essentially, and kind of conducts herself as if she has already made it. But basically, in the film, she weasels her way into a production of the Bacchae and is kind of gunning for the lead the whole time. But there are a lot of other fun, quirky people that are also in the show with her that are also trying to, get their spotlight. But the film tackles inclusion in the arts and diversity and tries to do so with humor so that we can start those kind of conversations in a fun way.
Was that the play that was always in y'all's mind in the creation of it? Because I think that's both fitting in what the play is about and very much what you guys do with that. I think that's so much a part of the fun of the story.
Right, yeah.
It couldn't just be a Shakespeare play, you know what I mean?
Right, it's very specific.
Yeah.
Well, you can talk about when you...
Yeah, so Zora was actually in a production of the Bacchae at La Mama in downtown New York, and it was a very avant-garde, sort of experimental version of the Bacchae, and I went to see Zora in the show and sat in the front row on the ground, and she and I made eye contact several times during the show while she was in character, and then afterwards I said, I really think this would be a very interesting and compelling setting for where this character could have landed, because Zora created the character of Daphne while we were in high school together. So yeah, we were very inspired by that production of the Bacchae, and then of course the themes of the Bacchae, usurping power and all that stuff related to the character of Daphne as well. So it felt like a really great fit.
Do you guys mind if I ask who are your film or writing influences, and if... I know this is going to sound weird, but I felt very much like a Christopher Guest feel to this completely.
Absolutely, yeah.
But what were some of the influences behind this?
Definitely Christopher Guest. Like, we love Best in Show. And we were also thinking about The Office. We're huge fans of The Office, both the UK and the US versions, but just that element of people trying to work together, but also having a lot of personalities clash and kind of seeing that play out and like not pulling away from the awkward moments, but kind of leaning into them. We also are big fans of Issa Rae and Insecure. We also love Veep. Just anything cringe, Curb Your Enthusiasm, I think. Yeah. And that very much influenced the filming of it too, because it's like the scenes are written, they're kind of a guideline, and we would do a few takes of them as written, but then improvise the scenes as well and kind of let the actors play and get to where the scene was going, but in their own way, which was cool.
Can you talk a bit about that? Because I was curious how much improv there was, and how did you rein in the improv to get back to obviously the touch of what's happening?
I can speak more on it too, but it was important that through the audition process that people knew you have room to play here, and just kind of figure out what you think the character would do in order to land where the scene ends up.
Yeah, a lot of the onus fell on the cast to make their characters come to life. So we definitely had conversations with the actors about how that was going to be. And I think from our perspective as filmmakers, we just wanted to make sure that our actors, although they were being asked to ad-lib and do a lot of the writing per se while they were working, we wanted them to feel like they were safe and that the scenes had a direction in which they were going, so that they weren't just kind of like floundering there. We wanted to sort of set up parameters where this is where the scene needs to go, but there's a different path every time for how you can get there. And I think it keeps everything really, really fresh, and it keeps the actors on their toes, and it gives them a certain feeling of, I'm not just reading your lines that you guys have written, but I'm adding to them, I'm making them my own, I'm changing things. I think that makes the experience a lot more collaborative.
I laugh a lot watching this film.
Thank you.
How much did y'all break during scenes? Like, was it hard to make the film just on the fact that there's some really funny shit that happens?
Our like barometer, because I mean we did break a lot, but our barometer was if our boom guy Brian was chuckling, we knew that we were onto something. So it was a very fun set. It was very long days, but I feel like we were all having a good time and just kind of embracing each other's sense of humor and quirks that we could bring into the scenes. So we had a lot of fun, but there were times where we're like, okay, no one can laugh during this next take because we have to get it.
Is there a switch to get into Daphne? How do you approach her?
Switch. No, I'm just kidding.
Like I feel like she's comes from a part of you that we want to know, but we also sure as hell don't want to know.
Right.
She just becomes Daphne right now.
Yeah, please don't.
No. I'm gonna hold off on that. It's weird. It is a very kind of she's a heightened version of something. But I don't know, what I do admire about her is, and I don't know, I wish sometimes I could tap into her when I need to speak up or I need to be more assertive, because I feel like she's completely unafraid to do that. But yeah, I don't know. I just what's the most reckless version of myself that I can bring to the forefront here and just have fun with it and not apologize.
Was there anything that didn't make the film that you guys dread that it didn't make the film? Because I feel like there must have been a lot of moments with improv that you were like, we can't fit that in somehow.
Because I know that when we were in post-production, a lot of cuts were sent to me, and I'd be like, oh, like we need to bring that joke back in somehow. And there was a lot of compromising. I can't think of a particular moment right now.
There is one joke that we talked about that you really missed. I just can't remember what it is now.
And it's always like little weird things too. It's like, oh, someone blinked this way in that take, or like, I don't know. I feel like because it is so, I don't know. I can't think of a particular thing.
Well, there's a scene between Daphne and Brian, the one who she thinks is gay, who probably is. But that
he is
scene
now because of Daphne.
Yeah, she made him realize.
No questioning whether he knows it or not.
They had a nice scene that I sometimes miss. Yeah, it's very hard to cut scenes, especially when the way in which we worked, it just made it very, very challenging to cut scenes. It felt like you were killing a baby or something. It was really sad.
Sacrificing one thing for the other. Oh yeah, I do remember. Yeah, there were a lot of things in that Brian scene that were on the cutting room floor, as they say. But yeah, I think what did stay really helps tell everyone's story. That's what I love about it, is that it's not just Daphne's story. It's kind of everyone going through these growing pains and learning how to work together and be better to each other. And
to complete something in the end. Yeah. What does it mean to be at this festival, knowing that this is a festival that from Gina on down believes in diversity, inclusivity, and challenging maybe a perspective being here in the South that is changing every single day and every moment? What does it feel to be at this festival for you guys?
It feels like such an important moment, because I feel like it was important that our story was diverse and that our cast was diverse and that our crew was diverse as well. Like, it was important to have women be in charge and feel empowered, and I feel like that's what this festival is all about sharing the spotlight, like giving somebody an opportunity that might not normally get one. So it just feels really important and special that we're here and at a festival that is really championing what we wanted to center in our story.
And lastly, will we see Daphne in the future? Can you share anything?
There are talks. I don't know. It's what our vision of this is like still kind of malleable. We could see it as a series. We could see her going in lots of different settings and trying to shake things up and highlight atrocities that might also elevate her at the same time. I don't know. We've been thinking about her being in the music business at some point, or even just like more everyday things. We've been thinking about her working at a clothing store and what that would look like, because I feel like her idea of customer service is probably very different from most people's. Yeah. But to your point about the South, though, my family has roots in the South, and growing up in New York, I always felt like I was kind of balancing both of these sensibilities of, slow-moving town and everyone being polite and giving you eye contact when they greet you, and then New Yorkers who are like, don't talk to me. I feel like I'm always trying to bridge that gap. So it's been interesting to do that through the art and kind of give a picture of New York and have it be shown here. And I don't know, it's just been very warm here as well. It's been great.
Yeah, this festival is really in alignment with the message of our film. So it's really nice that this festival believed in our small film and decided to program it alongside these other incredible artists. And we feel really, really humbled to be here. It was pretty amazing when we were at the opening night, and Gina Davis was right in front of us, and she was talking about how our films were important and how she wanted us to all feel seen. And I just, when we were making this movie, I would have never imagined that we'd be in Northwest Arkansas with an Oscar winner talking to us. So it's been a really amazing ride, and we are in disbelief that we're here, and we're really, really excited.
Well, guys, I love the film. I couldn't stop laughing. I bought into everything, and I still loved her, even though what she does and what she can say. But please make this into something like a series or something. Daphne should live on. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Daphne will live on. She will live on.
Absolutely.
That's on here now.
It is on record now.